the world of koi fish, most people are drawn to their beautiful patterns and colors, but there's an often overlooked factor that's even more important: their body shape. In this short video, we're going to explore why the shape of koi fish is so important to breeders and enthusiasts. Before we dive into what makes a great body shape, let's understand why it's such a big deal. Creating the perfect body shape for koi fish is not easy. It takes a lot of careful breeding, trial and error, and dedication. It's not something that happens by chance. The shape of a koi isn't just about how it looks, it's about the overall impression it gives when you see it. Think of it like that wow moment you get when you see an incredible koi fish at a show. While most people first notice a koi's patterns, breeders have a different perspective. They can't create patterns from scratch, but they can control and improve body shape through selective breeding. This gives them a level of predictability and control that they don't have with patterns. For breeders, the body shape is like a canvas, and patterns are the finishing touches. But what breeders truly want? Breeders care a lot about body shape because it's something they can work on and improve. They believe that patterns are mostly a matter of luck, but body shape is something they can actively shape and perfect. So, while as hobbyists, you might be drawn to a koi's pattern, breeders focus more on the body. If koi value was determined solely by patterns, it would be a risky business for breeders, because it would all depend on luck. But by prioritizing body shape, breeders can ensure that their hard work and skills are reflected in the quality of their fish. Because beyond the patterns, there is impression of a koi begin. The immediate impression a koi makes is vital. It starts with the body of the koi. If the body isn't right, breeders won't want to invest time and effort into developing the koi, no matter how good its other qualities are. This first impression is hard to put into words, especially with young koi. It's that feeling you get when a koi really stands out in the pond. Finding young koi with good body potential. While there are no guarantees in breeding koi, you can look for certain signs in young koi that suggest they have the potential for a great body shape. It's important to think about what size you want, because that influences the body shape. If you want massive koi, you'll need to invest in the right bloodlines. But what is the ideal body standards? A koi with an ideal body shape has proportion and balance. Its body flows smoothly from head to tail, with a visible spine under the skin. The dorsal fin is in the right place, and the tail has enough depth for a seamless look as the koi grows. A koi with the right body shape exudes power and presence while gracefully moving in the water. Different breeders and different koi varieties may have slightly different body shapes, but the key qualities, both power and impact, remain constant. Understanding the importance of body shape helps enthusiasts appreciate koi from a new perspective. The ideal body standards to look out for include proportion throughout, a smooth and uninterrupted curve to the body. Body mass throughout, No deviation in the mass, like tail too thin, or head too small, or too short. Most people think that the biggest koi wins, but that is not always the case. Big does not have anything to do with imposing. Have you ever seen a long, large, skinny fish? It is not a pleasant sight. This is where that word, power, comes in. It helps to be big to show power, but the body must also be wide and muscular. A fish's can be many inches smaller than a larger fish and still have more power. Power emanates from many things. Most of all, it has to do with body conformation. Body proportion can show power. Large pectorals and tail show power. Wide shoulders show power. High body form at the shoulders shows power. Thick tail joint shows power. Not only the body, but the way a fish presents itself when swimming is important. It should swim level, not head up or tail up. It should display its fins out, not have them clamped by its sides. It should be saying, "Look at me while you are walking by the tank." So, as you can see, there are many things that can depict power. It does not always have to be the largest fish. One can also see that, with these requirements for power, in the larger sizes, that females will have the edge as far as having more of these attributes. Conformation includes the body shape, the proportions of the body, finnage, head shape, width at the eyes and shoulders, and so on. Differences in body occur at different ages of koi, and we must recognize this proper development over time. The proper body can show power and elegance at the same time. As a koi matures, the body becomes that much more important. When young, pattern and color are most important, but when a koi gets older, it must show power. The head should be wide, and the nose should be rounded. If the nose is too pointy, the fish will lack elegance. The forehead area should have a gradual descent from the shoulder to the nose. If it cuts too quickly, down the head, looks more like a shark. The forehead should be slightly convex, not flat. Faces around the cheeks can be rounded or more squared at the jaw depending on bloodline, but both are okay. There is a perfect triangle that the eyes and nose form that you will recognize as you get more experience. If the nose is too short or long, it can throw off the conformation. This triangle is almost an equilateral triangle. Look at the videos of show winners and study this. The body is said to be torpedo-shaped. The widest part, if looking down, is between the back of the gill plates to the leading ray of the dorsal fin. If the widest point is at the gills and cuts back too fast to the tail, then the fish has no power. If the widest part extends back further than this, then the koi has a chubby type appearance, and this too lacks power. The tail too should be thick to depict power. From the side, you would follow the same rules, without the stomach hanging down too much. If the lowest point is under the gills, then the koi is said to be pigeon-chested. Choman is a stomach disorder, where the stomach hangs down at the back the furthest. The stomach should be carried in a muscular way, rather than a flabby way. Make sure the spine is straight. Watch it swim, and see if everything is carried straight. Also look from the side to see if the fish carries itself properly. Make sure the head or tail is straight out and not facing up or down. Fins are very important too. The pectoral fins should be wide, almost like angel wings, to give elegance. Large pectorals are good, as long as they are in proportion. They should have strong edges, not frayed. Check the leading rays to make sure they extend all the way out to the end. Sometimes these are trimmed if damaged. Make sure all fins are there and not damaged. The dorsal fin should have a strong front ray, and when in a raised position, should have no holes or show any signs of past fin rot. The tail should be powerful and not wispy. The anal fin is subject to damage by fin rot and netting, so check it. Look for any signs of scar tissue from previously broken fins. Novice koi hobbyists usually buy their first few koi based solely on color and pattern that they like. These are important factors in choosing a koi, but veteran koi judges will tell you that body conformation should be a koi hobbyist's first consideration in choosing a koi. In fact, the scoring sheet of most koi judging events gives 50% weight to koi body conformation. Body conformation is, therefore, much more important than what most people think. First and foremost, a koi must not have any deformities, like missing fins, crooked body, too short, and so on. It must be healthy, with no signs of ulcers, open skin, smashed mouths, disease, or infections anywhere in the body. The head of the koi must be symmetrical and of correct size in relation to its body, not too big nor too small. If the transition from the gill plate of the head to the body is not smooth, then the head is probably incorrectly proportioned. The snout must also be of the correct shape and size, be not too short or flat, that the koi looks like a parrot, nor too protruding. Watch out for excessively large or small fins, traits easily overlooked by a novice. Novice hobbyists tend to look at color and pattern first, before body conformation, probably because they are more familiar with these criteria, since most literature describe pattern and color criteria more comprehensively than body conformation. Then again, finding the right words to describe a correct body can indeed be difficult. Thus, hobbyists become familiar with it only after looking at many photos of what a good body is. The body of a koi must conform as closely as possible to the industry-accepted standard. It must be thick and torpedo-shaped, that large at the middle, and tapering gradually towards both ends. It must be massive at the tail, snout, and shoulders. Excessively fat or thin koi must naturally be avoided. No koi is perfect, so a koi must not be judged by its imperfections. In fact, some textbook imperfections actually enhance how a koi looks. This is the reason why judging a koi does not consist of totaling up its individual pluses and minuses. Instead, a koi is judged as one total package, in terms of how pleasant it looks and how it carries itself.